Hey guys. I've been paying attention to the argument against financial abortion, and I've been testing a few people who are against it to see how they react to my arguments. As a result, I've created a so far foolproof list of arguments for why financial abortion should be legal. It's got the basic argument that people not being contrarian should understand and agree with, and then a list of responses to common arguments. This is the basic argument. Because of how pregnancy works, society has decided that women are given full control over pregnancy. The problem is that while they have full control, they do not have full responsibility. In every other aspect of life, when someone has full control of how a situation plays out, they accept full responsibility for the situation. When a pregnancy happens, the man is held financially responsible even though he has no control. The solution is simple. For the time period where a woman has full control, the man has no responsibilities. When the woman loses control and the control is shared between a man and a woman, both the man and woman share the responsibility. Because the man cannot be held responsible for choices he did not make, he must make the choice to be held responsible and share the control at some point before the woman loses full control. And because the woman has full control, she must choose to either accept or deny the request for his control/responsibility. And on to the responses. If you claim that a man has control over whether or not he had the child, because he could have worn contraception, then I respond with the claim that between 2 and 3 out of 100 sexually active women will become pregnant per year of perfect condom use. If you don't trust those numbers, I have done some further digging. This specific condom has a total failure rate during perfect use of 1%. 18 to 29-year-olds have sex an average of 112 times per year, and for pregnancy rate, I'll use 3%. I took the first 29 data points in this source and averaged them together. It's a pretty rough estimate, but it should do fine. By multiplying these rates together, this gives a rate of 3.5% of women who have pregnancies per year of perfect condom use. If you still think that these rates are low, I point out that 1 in 30 men would have a kid within the first year practicing safe sex. I'd also like to point out that we don't take away women's ability to control their pregnancy for their lack of perfect contraception use. If you then go on to claim that men have control over whether or not he had the child, because he controlled whether or not he had sex, then I respond with the claim that we don't take away women's ability to control their pregnancy for their lack of abstinence. Also, sex is a natural act that is basically unavoidable. Abstinence simply doesn't work for everyone. If you then go on to claim that it is a matter of the child's right to grow up in a good household, then I would then respond with the claim that the taxpayers could pay for it. The taxpayers already pay when there is a single mother because of a dead dad. The taxpayers already pay when a child is born into a poor enough house. For situations where the damage is deemed as the responsibility of no one, the precedent is already set to have everyone pitch in either by taxes or a form of insurance. And I imagine a form of sex insurance would be the less preferred option here, but I wouldn't discount the idea. If you say something related to bodily autonomy, then I would ask you whose bodily autonomy is being violated by having financial abortion be legal. I imagine you'd have to define bodily autonomy in order to avoid confusing situations. To put it simply, bodily autonomy is an argument for why abortion should be legal, and thus why financial abortion should be legal. In the event where abortions weren't legal, the burdens of responsibility would be shifted back to the act of sex or contraception, and thus both parties would be equally responsible. And to top it off with the worst argument ever, if you say something about how a person should never be able to surrender responsibility for their actions, I have one word for you: contracts.